Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Tyler Page, CEO of Cipher Mining, to discuss how to improve Bitcoin mining in an eco-friendly way. Tyler, it's great to meet with you. Welcome to Trade Talks. And Tyler, Cipher Mining said on Friday, March 5th, it will go public through a merger with SPAC GWAC Acquisition Corp in a deal that values the combined company at $2 billion. Why did you choose the SPAC path and why partner with GWAC?
Great questions. Yeah, we have an exciting opportunity at Cipher Mining, and in general, as the Bitcoin ecosystem is growing, there's going to be growing demand for our services. So it's a great time to come public. When we looked at the various ways to realize what we wanted to do, the SPAC route made the most sense for us. You know, you can get to market quickly, and especially with the GWAC team, they are a team that understood the mining space, the Bitcoin mining space. They have some past experience. And so I think they could really differentiate, what they think is going to be the winner. So it was a natural combination, and for us, allowed us to get to market now when we think conditions are right for us to really flex our competitive advantages.
How will Cipher Mining improve Bitcoin mining in an eco-friendly way?
Yeah, that's great. That's a great question. So top of our list are ESG concerns. And as we look forward, I think this is something that the mining industry in general needs to do a good job of, not only in execution, but in terms of articulating the story, because I think there's a great opportunity. As it pertains to Cipher Mining specifically, we don't work directly with coal facilities. We get the majority of our power from natural gas and renewables. And on an ongoing basis, we are exploring all the different roadmaps that we can possibly take to minimize our environmental footprint, including the purchase of renewable energy certificates if needed.
And Tyler, where are your data centers located and how will you be able to expand the network?
So we have data centers that we will be locating in Texas and Ohio. We found some great providers and partners to work with there, working directly with a lot of the power generation facilities. It's enabled us to really get very cheap cost of power. And so when you look at the Bitcoin mining business, one of our great strengths is that we are at the low end of the cost curve in terms of power prices. And the reason why that's important is when you operate a Bitcoin mining facility, the operating expenses are really related to the cost of power, over 80% typically. And so by being at the low end of the cost curve there, we can be the low cost producer, and it gives us a tremendous amount of resilience against the swings in Bitcoin price.
And this may seem a rhetorical question, but how would you describe the market's appetite for Bitcoin focused offerings? And I guess a more appropriate question is this a longer term trend?
So we certainly think it is. I mean, and I think that's undeniable if you look at the headlines every day. Every day you're seeing a new Fortune 500 company invest their treasury assets in Bitcoin or commit to working with the ecosystem. You see Wall Street banks bringing on custody solutions for Bitcoin. And obviously the price is reflecting that. You see the Bitcoin price is climbing right now. It does seem to be in a very bullish market. When you think about what's going on in the mining space, traditionally mining was a very fragmented market. It wasn't well capitalized. It didn't have large players. And that's where a lot of our strengths come from. So leveraging our competitive relationship with our parent Bitfury, who's been in the space longer than just about anyone, we are able to leverage their strengths on managing data centers, setting them up, deploying them efficiently. And it's also allowed us to seek out and competitively negotiate that cheap power. So when you think about the growth of the ecosystem and the growing institutionalization of Bitcoin overall, we think there needs to be a growing institutionalization of the infrastructure. And that's really what we provide, ensuring that the network continues to operate successfully and continues to grow and flourish. And so as the space continues to grow up and become more robust, we can be a part of that story in the mining space.
Tyler, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.
Great to see you, Jill.